I'm back. This has been the longest break I have ever taken from YouTube. Well over 15 days, probably 20 days, I don't know, I haven't calculated. The reason, primary reason, it has been extremely hot in Hyderabad. The temperatures even went all the way up to about 47 degrees Celsius. So going out and shooting in the sun in that kind of temperature is definitely not good. It's almost life-threatening. And you know what? Even our cameras were getting shut down, saying they have overheated. So, well, you know, making motorcycle videos is a lot of hard work. It's not like sitting in a studio and making videos. Anyhow, all right, before I start the main topic, check out this B-roll of me doing a burnout on the Duke 390. Although it's well over 4 o'clock in the evening in Hyderabad, I'm still sweating so much. Monsoons haven't arrived in Hyderabad yet. Anyhow, the topic today is how to avoid accidents, especially in our country and in general. I have been noticing this, that even many well-known YouTubers have been meeting with accidents very often. And even yesterday, a colleague of mine, a friend of mine, met with an accident. So I thought I have to make this video on important tips of how to avoid accidents. All right, without wasting any time. Number one tip. Now, it doesn't matter which motorcycle you ride. It doesn't matter where you're riding. There is one thumb rule. If you ever go to motorcycle training institutions or race training, they teach you one thing. That is, always cover your front brake. That is, always keep a finger on your front brake. You could be cruising at 120 kilometers an hour, or you could be in city traffic. It doesn't matter. Keep this finger here. Even with the finger here, you can still open the throttle. All right? Now, many people put the whole 4 fingers here. Some put 3, some put 2. I only do 1. Trust me, 1 finger is more than enough for today's motorcycle brakes. They are really, really good on almost any motorcycle. Okay? Because now, if you are riding like this on a highway, cruising at 120 or in the city, and all of a sudden you see something in the front and you got to brake. Now, if you see that, I see it. That message goes to your brain, and your brain has to process it and send a signal to your hand to raise the finger and put it on the front brake. You know how much time this has taken? At least about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds. And a motorcycle traveling at 120 kilometers an hour, 2 seconds is a long way. Now, if you already have your finger placed here, and if you see something in the front, it would only take you a fraction of a second to start applying the front brake. So you got the answer. Time saved is life saved. All right. Another thing. Very often I see that people don't have rear view mirrors on their motorcycle, or they just have one rear view mirror. You got to have both the rear view mirrors, and preferably nice big rear view mirrors. Okay. I also have bar end mirrors for few of my motorcycles, but I don't ride those motorcycles very often. That is more of a style factor. But if you are touring or even riding in city traffic, better have nice big rear view mirrors. And in a situation where you see that a car or a motorcycle in front of you is slowing down rapidly, or something has ran onto the road and you have to brake, don't just keep looking in the front and brake hard because someone will hit you from behind. You might have good brakes. You might know how to brake well, but the person behind you might not know how well to do that. And remember, when you are riding in public, you are responsible even for the other person's mistakes, because in the end you will get hit. Okay, you can't say, oh, it's not my mistake. So when you are braking, also keep an eye on the rear view mirror. You know, you got two eyes. Learn to focus front with one eye and a little bit onto the rear view, or you can kind of juggle very fast. Okay, and make sure, if in case there is someone behind you coming very close to you, release the brake a little, go in the front and kind of manage it in such a way that you don't hit the person in the front, don't hit the person in the rear. All right, this is critical. Make sure you kind of practice this. You have to practice all of these things, visualize them in your brain. All right, another point now. This is a simple point, but trust me, I have a friend who crashed my Pulsar 180 back in 2003 only because he had this habit. And many of us have this habit. That is, when we are on the road, we are sightseeing. We are looking on the left side, we are looking on the right side. Oh, nice building, nice hoarding. Oh, beautiful lady walking by. And you lose focus. When you are riding or driving, remember, no matter what you do, even if you're in a car, when you're talking to someone, a passenger, don't look and talk to the person to the face. Look in the front. My dad always used to tell me this, that no matter what you do in a car or on a motorcycle, your eyes have to be in the front. Because when you go to a motorcycle training school, they tell you where you look is where you go. All right? Look in the front, you will save critical seconds. Next point. Now this is to do with the ability of a person. Okay, not everyone is equal when it comes to abilities that you are born with, but we can practice. That is, there is something called depth perception. Okay, so when you're riding a motorcycle or when you're in a car, you have to constantly analyze if the traffic in front of you is slowing down. Okay, many people depend, like for example, if there is a car in front of you or a motorcycle in front of you or a bus in front of you, many people depend on the brake lights. They wait for the brake lights to get turned on and then they start slowing down. Like for example, if I'm riding, I can't wait for the brake lights of the traffic in front of me to turn on and then I start braking. No, that is not the way. What if the brake lights don't work? Okay, or what if they start to slow down really fast? Don't depend on the brake lights. You have to understand depth. All right, there's a lot of science behind it. Read about depth perception. So you have to see and understand if something is getting closer to you. It's about hand and eye coordination. Any important job requires good hand and eye coordination. So research about hand and eye coordination and depth perception. You can practice it. So understand if something is getting closer to you and don't depend on brake lights. Now this point is very specific to our country. Very often when you're riding on a highway, you are cruising at least about 100, 120 or beyond that. I recommend don't do very high speeds, but still, even if you're cruising at 120. I have told this, that even if it's a 4-lane highway where 2 lanes would be on the left, 2 lanes would be on the right, okay, and there would be a white line in between, separating the left lane and the right lane. Now, very often we like to ride very close to the divider if we are going fast. Don't do that, because we know there could be someone waiting on the divider to cross the road, the highway, or there could be a dog, there could be a buffalo, there could be anything. And if you're riding very close to the divider and something all of a sudden comes onto the road, you'll have absolutely no time to react and you will end up hitting that person or thing or animal. All right? And the same thing is applicable to riding very much onto the left side of the highway. Okay, if you're riding very much onto the left side, There could be someone coming from a village or somewhere or animal, and you'll end up hitting them. So this is only applicable to our country, not to other countries, but I recommend you ride kind of in between the road. Okay, not on the white line. White line doesn't have much traction, but kind of in between, so that in case anyone jumps from any of the sides, you have time to either go left or right. All right. Last simple point, but very, very important point. I've told this again and again. No matter what happens, do not panic. All right. What's going to happen is going to happen anyhow. But if you panic, it is going to make it worse. Okay. Keep your head straight. Keep your body straight. Apply the brakes well. And hope for the best. Okay. That is it, buddies. If you like what I've said, do think about subscribing to this channel. And you can give this video a thumbs up also. I'm there on Instagram, Facebook, and that's it. Any new websites? Anything new social things today? I'm not there on TikTok and all that crap, but yeah. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.